because I haven't pantsed a novel in forever, like their relationship with the god of death, or they have the potential to be problems. My plot, that's not a plot yet. Hey guys, I'm Kate, welcome back to my channel, and I am sitting here writing with my pup over there, napping. And in the past week, I've been continuing to document starting this new story. A big point of contention for me this past week and a half. I will link the video up above. One of these ways, I don't know which, so that you can see the kickoff to that. But basically, I have been wrestling with some trouble this past week because I could not figure out what I wanted to do with this story. I almost always plot my novels. I outline. I love outlining, okay? I have like a whole method that I tend to use and stick to for each new story, where I get the idea that I use Freytag's pyramid, and then I eventually get down to chapter by chapter outline. Like, this is my method, you know? But this story is not a fan of the method. And I've talked about this in the whole thing with plot versus premise, and man, oh man, I'm sitting here now at my computer a week later with a solution of sorts, but I'm gonna show you the struggle it took to get here, and also the addition of like 3,000 more words to my story. So I'm gonna drop you back if you did not watch that first video. The really quick version of this premise is that there's a god of death, there are no names, you can trade names to the god of death, you can't kill someone or else you will die, like the god of death will take you. There's this whole society and world built around this mythos of the god of death, and yet my main character is capable of killing. 3 years ago, she killed her first person, and she waited for the god of death to take her, but it did not take her, and she has since killed 17 other people. Okay, so for the rest of this video, if I reference something, you got an idea. So now it's time for me to drop you back off a week and a half ago, where I was a little bit less certain about how this story was gonna go. Writing is hard, you guys. And I think I'm just gonna start the writing vlog today. I'm actually about to be going live at a write-in with Becca C. Smith over on her channel. And I think my plan, my game plan, is to write into chapter 2 because I kind of know chapter 2, but along the way I will be outlining. I have my notebook and I have my multicolored pens. Ooh, ah. Y'all know I love rainbows. I am so excited for this. Everything really is still kind of just like a mystery to me, and it feels very up in the air, and that is exciting and fun and also terrifying. So we're gonna find out what I can get done at this write-in tonight, and I'm super pumped to hear which story Becca's gonna be working on, because she also juggles multiple projects, but she's published some of them and definitely has more finite publishing plans for some of them she's working on now, so I'm so excited. Okay, next time you see me, I will be writing or outlining. One of those two. Time.
What'd you do?
You know what? I got some outlining done. I had more questions come up and I jotted those down, but then I got 209 words. In chapter 3, I decided to skip a chapter, so I don't know what I'm doing.
I have to like in a linear fashion. I can't.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like each story has me trying out a new method of something. Whew. I think I said on that write-in that I feel like I got a lot done, which I do. I feel really awesome about it actually, and I did plot some stuff that I'll eventually use for like a legitimate outline, but let me see if I can find it. Really, I think what's happening is that I added this section called like questions to answer, where I think I'm just gonna have a whole bunch of questions that need to be answered. I don't know them, and it's one of those where it's like they have the potential to be plot points or they have the potential to be problems if I don't figure them out now. This is the first time in such a long time that I feel like I'm really pantsing a novel in some ways, and I don't know that I like it. I don't know that I like it. I did ultimately end up adding in that I was gonna do some random word sprints and a plotting live stream tomorrow. Did any of those words make sense? So I'm really excited for that because that'll give me some dedicated time to actually sit down and work on this project. It's weird laying in bed now, that's how tired I am. I feel like it's at that point where I just don't have, it doesn't feel real enough yet. Does that make sense? And because it doesn't feel real yet, because I don't really have a plot yet, it's hard to justify making time for it, even though right now it's acting as a really great release for stuff. I said that before. Dramatic turn. When I was vlogging about writing this first chapter, but I don't know. I did also get my first query letter rejection. I mentioned that in the live sprint too. So I think this might be like another topic for another day, but I'm actually pretty excited about it because it means that I finally did send them out. And because I was having so much trouble sending them out in the first place, it's nice to just realize it's not as scary as I thought it was. So anyways, good distraction. Hopefully it can maintain that distraction. I did notice that I was checking my email way more than I needed to be. I have been ever since I submitted the query letters. So actually, I'm talking myself back into it. This distraction's gonna be great. Okay, I'm really tired now, so I need to stop talking. All right, good night. All right, I am officially about to start the write-in. Look at this. All the inception, cameraception. Oh, I'm about to start my very first write-in by myself. I am terrified. It's fine. It'll be fine. The nerves will go away. I have about 8 more minutes until this starts. I do have my oracle cards. I don't know if we're gonna end up using them. And I do have my plot that's not a plot yet. We're gonna make it a plot. That's the goal. Making it a plot. So we'll see how it goes. I did add a little bit more after last night's write-in, but not a whole lot, honestly. More just like more questions. Frankly, I got a lot of questions. And I don't know how I'm gonna answer them. But that's what plotting is for, so let's do it. All right, I need last minute freakouts and then I'll be good. So many story notes in this thing. Oh my gosh! I just finished my first ever live stream by myself and it was so much fun and so many good things came from it. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I realized that part of my plot problem was that while I had some of the characters' motivations, I don't think I actually had all of them figured out yet because of course I basically just have the premise for the story and not the plot, but characters for me are really the main things that drive the plot. And so I figured out, I mean, I don't know why I didn't realize it before, but I'm making like kind of character sheets. I call them character outlines here, but just figuring out their motivation for stuff, what they want. I have a couple notes that I want to fill in for each person, like their relationship with the god of death or their belief system surrounding the god of death, because I want there to be like a league of assassins or something. I don't know exactly how I want to write this, but obviously their relationship and the belief in this god of death is obviously different, not only from most of the peoples in this world, but also my main characters. So yeah, it'll be fun to play around with it, and I'm so excited that that came to me, and I actually got a fair amount of words, so yay! If I plot any more today, I will pick up this camera and let y'all know. But for now, I'm gonna go get some Starbucks because I have a free reward, and I deserve it.
That I am wondering is,
oh my gosh, I just took so many more notes and so many more ideas and I'm so excited. So ultimately I came to the conclusion that I'm just gonna pants this project. I decided that since I know the premise and I know the characters and I'm working on their motivations and playing their motivations off of each other and I'm having a great time doing that, there are points that are coming up, but ultimately I still really know the first 2/5 of the novel, and I think I'm just gonna pants it and see what happens in the next 3/5. I don't need to know the plot. If I have the premise and I have the characters, and the more I get to know these characters, I don't need to know. I don't need to know. I am going to let this project do what it wants to do rather than trying to shoehorn it into my like usual writing method, because that's clearly not working. It's making me more frustrated, and I just really want to write. So why do anything else? Why? So let's see. I basically still have skipped sections in chapter 2 that I haven't finished. I need to fill in the parts connecting here and the end part. Chapter 3, I have a really good like kick off to get into chapter 4, and I'm currently sitting at, focus, 4,708 words in this project. And I think the reason it took me so long to realize this is just because I haven't pantsed a novel in forever, and before, the times that I did pants things, it didn't go well. So I think I'm just a little bit nervous, but maybe this is good nerves. Hopefully. I was listening to a podcast. Which one? Let me see if I can pull it up. I use the Stitcher app on my phone. Ooh. I was listening to the Pub Crawl podcast. They are back from like an almost year's hiatus basically. And one of the hosts was saying a story's gonna have 3 parts, right? And if you have 2 of the 3 parts, then you can basically continue on not knowing. And this was just perfect timing for me to hear it because that's where I'm at. In this story, that is where I'm at. And she said that the 3 parts you need to have are character, premise, and plot. And so if you have the character and the plot, you can come up with like a cool twisty premise later. Like that isn't important. And if you have the plot and the premise, you can the character will come to you as you write. And in my situation, I have the character and the premise, and as you just explore what you have, the plot will come. Now that might not be true of everyone or everything, but that's what she believes is true. And gosh dang it, I'm hoping that's true for me. So I'm gonna finish up writing a little bit more for the day. I'm gonna see if I can't pass 5,000 words, and then I will call this vlog a done, because I feel like I've learned, oh sorry, dropped my phone. I feel like I've learned a great lesson here for me in my writing journey, so yeah, let's get back to writing. All right, yay, I'm at 5,327 words for the day. That means I can go ahead and call it. Actually, I might end up writing a little bit more later because I feel like I'm on a roll. Oh, the main character and the minor character are interacting, and it's one of those things that because I know the characters and I know kind of what I want their arcs to be, and more specifically how I want their relationships to like kind of unfold as the story progresses, I know what's to come, and it's kind of fun getting to like layer in some of those things. Yeah. But all right, I think that's going to be it for this vlog. Please comment down below and let me know about a time or a story that you wrote that the method it came to you was completely different than what you've had happen before. Does that make sense? Like, tell me about a time that you decided to outline when you'd never outlined before. Tell me about a time when you've decided to pants a novel after like doing very serious outlining all the other times. I would love to hear about it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all very soon with the new video. Bye. And it's kind of fun gittering? No, I don't have my NaNoWriMo stuff up, so I can't point to it. For this